hit the like button, whatever it is, because we got everything y'all need, man. Listen, and what you ain't looking for, you gonna be looking for it then.
Scribe or Deebo gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah, the Bucks went on ahead and beat out the Texans, dude, by 1 point, dude, 20-9.
Mhm.
Watching this game, bro, like the first quarter, I'm looking at this thing, dude, and you got Houston. They just run down there and go ahead and get a quick tug, man.
First
They had
drive.
two first drive, dude. Two nice little play. I think Chubbs had a 25, 30 yard short pass that he took off on,
Mhm.
and then Collins, 29 yard tutty.
100%. It was good to see Chubb out there, man. Coming
Yeah.
getting back healthy, making those plays, catching passes out the backfield, and then that touchdown pass that CJ Stroud threw early to Nico Collins when he tapped his feet, was able to stay in bounds. That was super impressive. So I thought it was going to be a high scoring game when it first started.
Yeah, and then you got Tampa. They come back in there, Baker do his thing. He worked his way kind of down the field, but they also added that run game, dude. Like the
Oh,
run game really helped out a lot, especially when it got to the whole outcome of it. I think they dominated time of possession by like 12, 15 minutes, something wild, dude.
no, that's
So they run down and go ahead and get seven. I believe it was one point though where dude had the ball in his hands. He dropped it. What was the dude's name? I can't think of his name right now.
for Tampa.
He would have had a yeah, he would have I think he would have had a pick, but he dropped it.
Oh
But
yeah,
that gave him a shot.
Levante David.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And then that gave him the opportunity. They put seven on the board, and then Houston come back out. They driving down the field again, dude. But they stall out because of the penalty, and they still get three.
Hmm.
So, I'm sitting here, I'm wondering, is this going to be one of them games where, like, the defense is not there? Tampa goes down again, hits another tutty. So I'm really trying. I'm really. I kind of starting to lose like interest in it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it's just back and forth, man. I hate watching football when the defense is just straight out not stopping, not they're underperforming like crazy. Like it just upsets me. Like I don't like high scoring games. I like to see a battle.
No, for sure. I think that's
Right.
the good thing about this one too. Like we said, Debo, at the beginning of the game, they spazzed. They started off both just driving the ball down, score, score. Tampa scored, I think, on their first two possessions, and it was like 14-10 in the first quarter. And then we got no more scoring really until the end of the game, about like the fourth quarter. When that stuff started getting tight. I wanted
Or you had I believe it was the end of the yeah, that was it. You're right. You're
to
right. They didn't start scoring again until after they came out in the second half.
yeah,
Baker was like, well shit, Baker and CJ was like 120 something rating, in the first half.
in the beginning of the
Like
game.
18. Yeah, dude. Like I think Baker was like 18 to 13. He had CJ was maybe 13 to 8, 13 to 10, something
Hmm.
like that. Dude, it was out of control. And then they come back third quarter, and it looked like it's going to be happening again, but they miss a field goal. And
Hmm.
from there, they just back and forth punts. And I'm like, yeah, this is my kind of game right
A
now. You
thousand
know what I'm
percent, a
saying?
thousand percent. And I'm
13, yeah, 13, 14.
13, 14
Like,
type, good defenses. Because once the game starts, you got to get your feet wet. Once they popped off and scored on the first two drives, them dudes started had to settle down. Because I'm looking at the end of the day too. For me, the Tampa Bay defense, though, they ended up locking down. They ended up making plays when they needed to. Remember when the Texans, they had a 4th and 1. You know what I'm saying? They went for it on
right.
the goal line. That's changing the game. That's points. That's a 7 point swing. They got nothing there. And then their special team stepped up. They got that pump block. From the pump
Yep.
block, they was trying to get points there. They didn't get. I think they might have got a field goal, but no touchdown. But just when their
Right.
defense was in,
They came out and stopped them. They saved them. They went on ahead,
yes.
kept it close. Yep.
So I just was
And then
liking that they was able to being able to bring their defense out there. So Tampa kind of played a overall pretty good game. Like running game
oh
was
yeah,
good. You know what I'm saying? Baker was doing his thing, and they had the defense was making stops when they needed to.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you had, when Tampa punted the ball, Houston, they come through and they return the thing like 53 yards, bro.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, Nick Chubb breaks one loose for 25. And the next play, I think they gave it to him. He scored, from the one. And now, it's 3 minutes left, something like that. And you done gave Baker the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And what he do last week is the same
The
thing he
same
did
thing that
this
he
week.
did this week.
And the 4th and 10, dude,
Right.
how do you not have anybody paying attention to him on a 4th and 10?
Bro, but
And
James, they had the empty, they had the DB.
dude,
He
yeah,
had the
dude
open
missed.
shot.
Dude missed. I think DB's coming there so excited and they forget that they gotta
You
break
got to break
down,
down.
and
Yes.
he shook him loose. That kept the drive
That was the
alive.
play of the game, Debo.
Oh yeah, no
1000%.
question.
Because the third
No
and 10
question.
before he threw it, Baker scrambled out and threw a nice ball to my man number two. And he
Hmm.
kind of he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's 4th and 10 with a minute and something left in the game. If you don't get
Right.
this, it's a wrap. And he was able
Yeah.
to somehow escape out of that pocket and scramble for 15 and
Dude,
get
they went 80 yards, bro.
yes.
80 yards in 11 plays in the last 3 minutes for the go ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
That
what
was
was it? 2 seconds left, something like that
bro,
when it was all said
they
and done.
walked it down. They had this is the situation you want your quarterback in. They had the ball. It was 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. At the 20-yard line, they had three timeouts
Oh
to go
yeah.
get the
You
game.
got to get in.
First drive, they dump it off to Irvin right before the 2 minute warning, give it to him. He gets 12 yards. So now they going
Mhm.
in with a minute and 56 left, three timeouts. And then first down, nothing really. Second down, nothing really. Third down, he drops that over route that could have been a big play, number two. And then 4th and 10 for the game, all the marbles. Breaker scrambles, gets up out of there for a 15-yard run for a first down. Like that could have been, you know what I'm saying, the whole game. It gets down to the point where everything happens through the game. Offense does good, defense does good. We just wavy game. When you got 2 minutes
Oh,
and 4 seconds left on the game, on the clock, can you drive the goal? Can you drive it down and get us the win? Basically,
oh, no
what it
question.
was. And I just like the fact of game's gonna be going waves and flows, but at the end of the day, you got the ball in your hands with 2 minutes and 4 seconds. What you gonna do? And
All three timeouts, dude.
all three
That's
timeouts, everything.
You can't ask for nothing better than that
That's a
right there,
great.
man.
It's a beautiful situation to be in. But there's people that can lose it, and then like at the end of the day, when you come out and make the plays, he ran. You know what I'm saying? Getting the ball to Urban, and it's not
Hmm.
just you don't may say Baker go win us the game. Get it to the guys that are going to help us win the game. Get it to Urban. You know what I'm saying? Let him get open. And let him make some plays. Get it to Mike Evans. Get it to Shepard. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to
Spread the ball around,
spread
right?
it around. Give everybody a little touch. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I think that was just
Yeah,
so good
that
to
way it
see.
makes the defense, they can't just key in on Evans all the time. You
Exactly.
gotta make sure you got everybody covered. And when he can do that, and like I said, the ability for him to go out there and make that first down I think it went for 15 yards
Yes,
too,
bro.
like on a 4th and 10. Like that's out of control.
That's amazing.
Now you got Houston, what is they 0-2 now?
I think so.
What what's what is it that Houston needs to do to come out on top in these sort of situations? What do you think they need to do?
Man, so Houston, they like you said at the beginning of the game, they started off hot. I think Nick Chubb doing some just being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Nico Collins making those great catches. You know what I'm saying for the touchdown. Um,
Hmm.
I just think it's a little more consistency. I think sometimes
Yeah.
CJ Stroud. I love CJ Stroud. This is not a CJ Stroud bashing, but sometimes like a couple third downs, just errant throw. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Just
Convert.
pause balls
Yeah.
just not thrown into the ground where we need to be able to convert these first downs and be able to extend drives. Like it's no thing you can particularly put your hand on, but I think
I think for me, I think they need to. Well, of course, they got to convert third downs.
Mhm.
Keep your offense on the field. That keeps your defense off the field, so they're not on the field as long,
Mhm.
being wore down. And then, secondly, they have to be more consistent. With the run game. I think they only had maybe 70 something, 80 something yards, whatever it was, and 25 of that came on just one carry. So.
Mhm.
I think they need to be more consistent in the running game and getting it more involved. That way they can open up more opportunities, I think, for the pass.
No, I think that makes a whole lot of sense. They weren't like you said, Nick Chubb had 12 carries for 43 yards, and one of those was
25 of them
25
came on one carry.
him on
Yeah.
one carry. So that's 11 for like 25 yards. That's not going to really make anything shake.
No.
Yeah, so we got to just definitely get more consistent in the run game. But I like Stroud. I just think that sometimes too, like just being able to make win on third downs a little more often, being able to extend those drives, and that's being able to keep your defense off the field. Because their defense, end of the day, they gave up 20 points. That last drive
Right.
wasn't the best, but I love Stingley. He was out there going man to man with Mike Evans. It was a battle out there. Mike had like 5 for 54 yards. Nothing crazy. That's nothing to go ride home about, but end of the day, they still were able to get the win. So I think the Houston Texans still, the special teams is doing great. The punt return, the punt block, you know what I'm saying? Their team is doing good, but just being able to get that run game right, being able to score more than 19, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to get that. So they're not, I'm
Yeah.
not down on them, but I just think
Mhm.
that they can do a little bit better with extending some of those drives and winning on third downs.
Yeah, I was surprised that Tampa was able to actually slow down their pass rushers. They got a couple good pass rushers over there, and
Mhm.
then they had offensive linemen that were hurting out, and then they had another guy that got hurt, and I believe they were actually down to the last offensive lineman they had, active.
Oh
So,
man.
for them to go out there and actually do that and come away with the win, I was impressed for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be solid. The Bucks look good. The Bucks are like an all-around pretty good team to me.
hmm Yeah, I would definitely, yeah, because you got the run going, you got the pass going.
Yeah.
When you got both of those going, they're converting on third downs at 50%, I think it is right now. And now you're dominating time of possession because you're making sure that you keeping, you staying ahead of the chains. You're
Yes.
giving yourself, manageable, second and third downs.
Irving and
So it's
White
easy.
toting. They looked like a two-headed monster. They could give it to 7 or 1. I was looking at it like, man, these dudes are really, really toting the ball. And you know what I'm saying? They were doing a great job. And Baker, too, is not, ever since he's been in Tampa, we want to knock the people that want to knock Baker. He's a consistent quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude,
he's throwing crazy touchdown passes. He's not turning the ball over. And you know what I'm saying? He's just doing what he's supposed to do, leading the team, making plays when he needs to. So I'm proud of Baker, and just knowing that he doesn't have to do everything. Understand that he got to do his part. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying, make sure you use your legs when you got to, check it down when you got to, get it to Irving, get it to Bucky. Bucky gonna do what he got to do. So just jump that thing off the Bucky if you got to. So just understanding the players he got around him, I think that's helping him.
Oh yeah, no question.